Techniques, especially in Jiu-Jitsu, where we would fake, grab that belt, get him by the side of the neck, step forward and pull him down. Also coming underneath the belt, grabbing it underneath, going by the throat and taking him down that way. So enough from my bow tie. Today, we're going to talk about a couple of movements within the sword and hammer. And the reason why I keep going back to that form, because there's a lot of great techniques that he put together in this Kempo form that we're going to break down and we're going to use, and we're going to add some variations, some variables to it, and mixing it up so we can throw some different applications to it. But basically so we can get an understanding of what's this all about, where did it come from. So what's really good to practice is that sliding foot. I don't know if you guys are getting it. From here I'm having like a peg leg and my front leg is doing all the work as I'm moving forward, and I'll show you the reason why. If you're in the sword and hammer, we're going to throw some other hands after this. So when we're in here, you see this motion is coming from in here, this motion is coming from the inside. So we have that, okay? So now we're going to combine that using our chest muscles to come in and breathe out as we strike, okay? So that first strike is from in here, blocking and cutting, right? Or a block, and in. Many techniques from one. So from here, block and cut. Hit to the throat, hit to the side of the neck. So from in here, we have a block and cut. We strike to the throat, we hit to the side of the neck. Those are the first three hands. Now we're going to add one more. So here's one, here's two, here's three, here's four. Or from in here, four. Whatever you prefer. You could go this way with your hands, or you can go this way with your hands, striking to the neck. Now after that, these are techniques, these are motions that you could break down and use, whether it be the one hand, the second hand, the third hand, or the fourth hand. Or if we're in here and after we've struck here, what we could do is we step to the outside, we step forward, and we strike to the back of the neck. So it would be striking forward and to the back of the neck. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the back of the neck. You can work on those strikes, work on them, and as you're coming in, 1, 2, 3. Now, from in here, you'll see a lot of people doing this kind of a motion to where they're hitting on both sides of the neck. That's okay too. That's just a variable or variation of a speed shot hitting to the neck. So the guy goes back, and after he goes back, then you kick him with the crotch, kick him to the crotch. And you want to use your front leg as opposed to your rear leg. Why is that? We see that in the sword and hammer too, when we're here and we raise the leg and we hit, right? Remember that in the form? We raise it, hit, block, block, block. The reason for that is you're raising that front leg because it's closest to the crotch. You see, if I was to use this leg, the bigger muscle, I have to do this, it takes a little bit more time. So when we're here, we want to just raise the leg as you're in the inside to make him go down so you can finish your technique, whatever it may be. So after you throw one hand, the kick could come in. After you throw two hands, the kick could come in. You could throw 3, 4 hands and then do the kick. So what is good to realize is in the form, as you're doing this, you're breathing in. 1, 2. Now here comes this motion. After you've hit him, here comes this motion. So this motion here is a half a windmill. You're doing a half a windmill, then you're coming up underneath the chin. Now that also can be applied from in here. If you're facing the man at the side, he happens to throw a backhand, you throw this hand up, this comes up underneath his chin. Also could be done on that side. Also could be done front, right? So when we're doing this hand here, because you're coming in here, you're coming here, this could be here to where you're blocking, and then coming up underneath the chin. And you know these blocks here, right? Well, there's many different types of blocks from that too. And we'll get into that, to this bouncing motion and what these mean. All these different strikes with the circles and so forth, because the slapping hands, the flower hands, and many people have different names for it, can be really, really, really deadly when you work on them. You can practice it on the bag, just slapping it with an open backhand. Do it with a closed backhand and do it with an open backhand. Put your weight behind it and you'll see. The open hand, the open palm can be extremely powerful. So once again, to repeat, here's 1, here's 1, here's 2, here's 3. Here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5. Hey guys, I hope you like that. I hope I'm sharing something with you